Have you ever felt like honesty is just a rare find these days? Like you're surrounded by words that are designed to flatter and manipulate, not to connect and heal? You turn on the news, you scroll through your feed, and it feels like everyone is speaking with a divided heart, saying one thing but meaning another. Promises are made so easily and broken just as fast. It is a world where truth sometimes feels like it is being twisted for someone else's gain. If you've ever felt that way, you're not alone. The Bible actually talks about this feeling in a very powerful way in Psalm 12. This psalm kicks off with a real sense of urgency. The writer cries out to God, saying, "Help, Lord, for the godly are no more. The faithful have vanished from among men." It's a desperate plea from someone who looks around and sees faithfulness disappearing. He sees people speaking lies to one another, using flattering lips to get what they want. It is a raw and honest picture of a world where integrity seems to be in short supply. And isn't that something we can all relate to at times? That feeling of being let down, of seeing truth get pushed aside. Psalm 12 doesn't shy away from this hard reality. It names it, it confronts it head on. But right in the middle of this description of human deceit, the psalm makes a sharp, beautiful turn. It introduces a powerful contrast. While people's words might be unreliable and deceptive, the psalm points us to something completely different: the words of the Lord. It says, God's words are flawless, like silver refined in a furnace, purified 7 times. Think about that image. Not just pure, but purified over and over again until every single impurity is gone. This is the nature of God's truth. It's not just an opinion. It doesn't change based on who's popular or what's trending. It's solid, dependable, and eternally true when everything else feels shaky. God's word is the anchor that holds firm. And what does this trustworthy God say? He declares that he sees what's happening. He hears the groans of the needy and the cries of the poor, those who are being crushed by lies and exploitation. And he says, I will now arise. I will protect them from those who malign them. This is not a passive God who just sits back and watches. This is a God of action, a God of justice. He promises to intervene. When truth is under attack, when the vulnerable are being silenced and taken advantage of, God steps in. That's a powerful promise to hold on to, especially when you feel like your own voice is being heard, or that injustice is winning the day. So, what can we take away from this ancient song? First, it teaches us discernment. It's a reminder to be wise about the voices we listen to. Not every confident speaker is telling the truth. Not every promise that sounds good is sincere. Psalm 12 encourages us to test what we hear, to measure it against a higher standard. It calls us to anchor our lives, not in the shifting sands of human approval or popular opinion, but in the solid rock of God's unchanging word. That's where we find our true north, our stability in a world that often feels like it's spinning out of control. It's about building our lives on a foundation that will never, ever crumble. Now, the psalm doesn't end with a naive, everything guy's perfect now kind of attitude. It's realistic. The final verses acknowledge that, for now, wickedness still exists. Corruption can still seem to move freely and be praised by others. The struggle between truth and deceit is ongoing, but the final message isn't one of despair. It's one of ultimate confidence. Because even though wickedness is present, the psalm has already established a greater truth. God's word stands firm, and he is the protector of the vulnerable. So, Psalm 12 leaves us with this powerful takeaway. Truth might be surrounded, it might be attacked, it might even seem like it's losing the battle at times, but it is never, ever defeated. God's truth will always have the final say. Thanks so much for watching and reflecting on this with me today. If this message resonated with you, I'd love for you to subscribe and join our community as we explore more of these incredible truths together. See you in the next video.